Welcome back into the Friday Night 360 AZ preview show. Haley Stasiak and Jordan Ham, joined now by Trenton Bourget, Marana senior quarterback. Trenton, you just beat Ironwood Ridge for the first time in Marana school history, 5-2 on this 2018 season. What has been really clicking for you guys this year?
I would just say our camaraderie, like Coach Ramirez brought in from the get-go, just trying to be the tightest team in the country. You know, knowing the defense will have the offense's back. You know, special teams is going to do their part. Offense is going to do their things to help the team win, and just everyone working together and just becoming a tighter unit on the field and off the field as well.
It's your fourth year as the Tigers quarterback. Where have you seen the most growth in your game this year as a senior?
My game, I would just say taking what the defense gives me. You know, I'm not, you know, being a freshman playing with varsity people. When I had seniors older than me, I was able to, you know, have some older guys with me on the field. But now, since I'm one of the oldest guys on the field, just taking what they give me, using the weapons around me. We have a great running back in Zoe, and just younger guys, Isaiah Roebuck, Coben Bourget, Diego Miranda, just spreading the ball around. It's just not forcing deep shots, but whatever they give us, that's what I'm going to take.
You mentioned before we came on the air that you're taking some senior photos with your brothers. Marana football is a Bourget family affair this season. Your younger brother, Coben, has been one of your go-to guys in the receiving corps. He's also been showing out on defense. How have you seen Coben grow this year?
Yeah, I would just say a lot of people didn't know he had the ability to, you know, be an athlete because he's been playing quarterback these last couple of years, you know, 7-on-7 and with the freshmen and a JV team. But now that he's at that age where he can play some wide receiver and safety, and that's what he grew up playing, was being my wide receiver. So it's awesome to be back to where it all started. And Trayson's now also doing his thing, and it's just good and blessing to see.
You mentioned Trayson. He's kind of been your backup this year. How do you mentor him?
Mm-hmm. Trayson, I would just say, you know, helping him out anything he needs, you know, just not on the field, but also with high school stuff, you know, classes where everything is. But to see him get his shot against Bueno when I went down and be able to step in a game like that, even though it wasn't a win, just to see him ball out and perform at a high level like that, it's just so exciting to see that he did that at such a young age. And once, by the time he's a senior, he's gonna hopefully smash all my records. And I mean, he's got the size, he's got the talent, but I'm just excited to see what he does in the future, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun.
In this offseason, when the Tigers were looking for their head coach, you went to social media and talked about how early in your career, Marana wasn't really a known team. Now that Coach Ramirez is in, how do you see him kind of helping this program become a sustainable success here in Arizona?
Yeah, I would definitely say, you know, growing up in Marana, there's a lot of other Tucson schools that you can go to. There's Ironwood Ridge, there's South Point, Marana, and just growing up, you know, Marana's pretty much a laughing stock, you know, probably winning 1 to 2 games every year, always getting blown out by our rivals that I'm not going to mention. But, you know, just growing up, and people would ask, where are you going to go? And you're like, I'm going to Marana. And they're like, where is that? Or where is that? Or what is that even a school? And just saying, no, like, you guys will see. And just, you know, from 8th grade, you know, we just talk to each other saying we got to stick together. All my older friends, the class of 2017, they were all going to go to Ironwood and South Point and Marana, and they ended up sticking together, the class of Connor Levin, Manny Miranda. And, you know, just to see where it is now, it's just the whole ship has turned, and, you know, we're heading into a direction that, you know, we knew that was possible if everyone stuck together and saw a goal. Now bringing Coach Ramirez in, just bringing that same focus on making the program, just lifting it up to another notch. Because, I mean, it's been changed, but we're just trying to lift it and keep getting better and hopefully create a long dynasty like the Chandler up there in Phoenix, and just, you know, trying to create something special down here in Tucson.
I know the core of your team, you guys have played quite a while together, both you know, in you know, helmet and pads football, but also 7-on-7 flag football. You guys have won national championships. Just being in those big environments, in those 7-on-7s, in those flag football environments, how has that helped you guys progress?
I would definitely say, yeah. So Marana, I mean, all my teammates, we've grown up, went to elementary school together, so I've known them probably 12, 13 years. But, you know, just being in those big games, 7-on-7 flag, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people don't like them because it's not real football, but at the same time, AAU is in the offseason for basketball players, and for a basketball player, it's just getting your craft better. You're perfecting your craft. So in the offseason, and rather than just doing only track, you know, we're also going to 7-on-7 tournaments, and we're playing against the best DBs, the best wide receivers, the best quarterbacks across the nation. So, I mean, this last year we played the Fast Houston from Houston, and they have 28 players. They all had Division I offers, you know. We're seeing them at Oklahoma. They're going to Texas. They're going to Clemson, Alabama. So, I mean, once you get back to the season in Tucson, it just slows everything down and just, those big hype games that, are on Friday Night Lights. I mean, it's just like a regular routine when you come back from the offseason playing in big tournaments with big names and just big people all around you.
In week 0, when you guys were playing Horizon, I spoke to Coach Ramirez after the game, and he put you in on defense a little bit because you didn't want to come off the field. You're a vocal leader. You play on both sides of the ball. You're senior quarterback. How do you kind of command this leadership role with the Tigers?
Yeah, I would just say, I'm going to give it everything I got. It's my last year, so there's nothing to save or save anything for any reason. So, if if a DB goes down or if I think I can help out on the defense, I'm going to make sure that they hear me and that, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get a win and just trying to help the team to the best capability that I can.
So big game against Cienega this week. The last time you guys played last year, it was a 57-50 shootout. They were able to edge you guys out, but you threw for 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. What are you expecting for this game Friday night?
Well, I'm also excited. I don't know, but we also lost to them in playoffs last year in the second round, 38-35 on the road. So, we were up at halftime. They were the 1 seed for the second year in a row. I'm very excited to see what we can do this year. They lost a lot of talent, but they also have rebounded with some another good quarterback. They lost Jamari Joyner, who's at U of A, but quarterback this year, he's pretty solid. One of my best friends, Terrell Hayward, that's their go-to guy. So, I mean, he's been doing his thing all year long, but their defense looks good, their offense looks good, but I'm just excited to see what we can do, and hopefully, we come out with the win.
Good stuff, Trenton. Know you're on fall break, so enjoy the break that you have. Best of luck the rest of the season. We look forward to seeing what else you can do this year.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Trenton Bourget, Marana, senior quarterback there. Lots of good stuff, and like I mentioned, this is a family affair for the Bourgets this year, and you can just see that connection. It was cool that he talked about how Coben was his wide receiver growing up, and so now they're really living that, being Coben's wide receiver now. And he always gives great stuff. He's a really team guy and always hyping up his guys, and just you can see the way he commands and leads this team on the field.
Yeah, with this game on Friday, but with Terrell Hayward and Trenton, I feel like these are both really good players who slightly undersized, but they also have chips on their shoulders, and they have just been doing this at a high level for so many years that it's going to be cool to watch them go head to head. And like he said, it's
they're best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends and know each other well. I know that they play together on the Tucson Turf Elite team that he was talking about. Playing against some of those top DBs. Yeah, this should be just a really fun game with 2 of the top programs in Southern Arizona going head to head.
Another thing that I thought was interesting when he was talking about how Marana was kind of not the school in Tucson. I would say now that Marana probably has become more of a notable school in the Tucson area. But the other thing is we talk so much about how kids are transferring to go to that big name school, to go to that school that is the school. And for him to always talk about how growing up it was like he was going to Marana, he wanted to go nowhere else. I think that's pretty cool. And I think those kinds of kids that are, I guess you could say, loyal to their district in a sense. I'm not saying that kids who transfer aren't, but for a kid to be like that, we don't talk about that side of things as often as the kids who just kind of transfer for whatever reason they need.
I think it goes back to what we talked about at the end of last segment. There's no one correct way to do this. For some people, it's I want to go put myself in the best situation I can and go to the big time schools, quote unquote, and that sort of thing. And I'm never going to knock a player for feeling if that's the situation, but by the same token, there are guys that have been able to get recruited and be very successful at some of the lesser known schools. And in the case of the Bourget family and a lot of these guys that were a core that kind of came up together, we're now seeing there's a whole new program that has been pretty sustainable. And I think after this group moves on as seniors, they're going to be sustainable after that too.
And it's really cool to see the relationship that Trenton has with Coach Ramirez. Coach Ramirez has come in, and I know there's plenty of tradition at Marana before Ramirez came in, but just the way this program has developed, these kids are just so excited to play for him, and he is just a high energy coach. So it's fun to see that as well. Coming up next, we're going to have Jose Garcia, multimedia contributor for AZ Preps 365. Keep it here on the Friday Night 360 AZ Preview Show.